Mr. Speaker, could the Secretary of State please explain to me and the House what the government's definition of Islamophobia actually is? Secretary of State.
Well, I say to the honourable member that a new definition must be given careful consideration so that it comprehensively reflects multiple perspectives and considers potential implications for different communities. And we're actively considering our approach to Islamophobia, including definitions, and we'll provide further updates on this in due course.
Nigel Farage just obliterated Angela Rayner in Parliament, and it all went down live at PMQs. A single question, a flustered response, and a moment that left the chamber in stunned silence. Could this be Labour's most embarrassing moment yet? Strap in.
Chief Martin, just a basic question. I mean, Angela Rayner was banging on about Islamophobia, and now the Labour Party are going hell for leather to root out Islamophobia. They're going to legislate, against Islamophobia. So I decided to ask a really difficult question, Martin, which was, I asked her to define what Islamophobia actually meant, and she couldn't tell me. The lunatics have taken over the asylum.
It's been posted on social media now. You put it out there. It's out of over 500,000 clips. I think it's a fair question to ask what something is, to define something, if that could mean people getting lengthy criminal records, because that seems to be the direction of travel. You think that this argument about free speech over the summer has taken a dramatic downturn?
Well, it does. I mean, I sat in the studio just a few months ago, Martin, before the general election, discussing Islamophobia, and some of the comments I made about Mayor Khan, and I said at the time, I'd asked many MPs from all parties to define what Islamophobia actually meant. Nobody can tell you. Yet they're going to legislate against something that they don't know what it is. It's absolute mad.
Because what happened during this speech is already being called a political train wreck. That IT was meant to be a routine question on government policy, but it quickly turned into one of the most humiliating exchanges in recent memory. Nigel Farage, now returned to the front benches and more confrontational than ever, stood up and fired a pointed question straight at Deputy Labour leader Angela Rayner. Speaker, could the Secretary of State explain to me what the government's definition of Islamophobia actually is? The chamber went quiet. All eyes turned to Rayner, and that's where things fell apart. Instead of a confident, clear definition, Rayner launched into a vague and meandering answer that only added fuel to the fire. A new definition must be given careful consideration, to reflect multiple perspectives and the implications for different communities. Even Labour backbenchers looked uncomfortable. Farage seized the moment, rising again to accuse Rayner of dodging the question and being terrified of upsetting her own base. Social media lit up instantly. Hashtags like #RaynerMeltdown and #FarageWins were trending within minutes. This clash comes at a critical time for Labour. With Keir Starmer under pressure over other issues, Rayner's performance at PMQs was supposed to show strength and clarity. Instead, it exposed division, confusion, and a deep fear of tackling difficult topics head-on. Commentators were quick to point out, Labour still hasn't established a firm position on Islamophobia, despite repeated calls for one. And now, their silence is being weaponized against them. Is Labour afraid to define Islamophobia? Or are they simply unprepared to handle the political consequences? For Farage, this was more than just a jab, it was a strategic masterstroke. His re-entry into Parliament has been calculated and confrontational, targeting soft spots in Labour's armour. He's tapping into public frustration with political doublespeak, and PMQs is becoming his battlefield. Critics say he's stoking division. Supporters argue he's asking the hard questions no one else dares to. Either way, his influence is undeniable, and growing. Public reaction was immediate and divided. Labour loyalists called the question loaded and deliberately inflammatory. Farage Space, on the other hand, praised him for cutting through the noise and exposing Labour's lack of clarity. Insiders now claim that Labour's top team was blindsided by the exchange, and some are demanding that Rayner step back from future PMQ's appearances. Could this be a sign of deeper fractures inside the party? With an election looming and public trust hanging by a thread, the question of how to define Islamophobia, and who gets to do it, could become a key flashpoint in the campaign. And Rayner's stumble might just be the moment that tipped the scales. So, will Labour recover from this PR disaster? Or has Nigel Farage just scored one of the most humiliating takedowns of the year? The battle lines are drawn, and the fallout is only beginning. What do you think? Was Nigel Farage right to put Angela Rayner on the spot, or was this just another political stunt? And should Labour be clearer on its stance about sensitive issues like Islamophobia? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment of political drama. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and keep watching.
Guys, support my channel, like this video and subscribe my channel for latest political updates and daily debates. Thanks for watching, guys. Support my channel.